Hi everyone. So we are here broadcasting live again, and this is to upgrade the field on the rhetorics after the last post. So if you still haven't met me, I do things to do things. So we say in my culture, do good and throw in the ocean. It's something, because we are like source energy, prime creator energy. So when I do something, I don't really expect anything in return. But this culture, because it's a consumerist culture, it's teaching me that no, you put in the effort, why don't you wait to hear the reciprocation? So I also know that in your rules, like if I am located in one spot, it can mean something to you all. To me, I am here to set up non-duality in the field. So I depolarize fields and I depolarize mindsets and situations. So just so you all know, we had been bickering all day with Lucifer and like the teams so that I can, get the sync like reversal spell work like applied on the fields. And so like I made a comment on YouTube saying that, he's like he's trying to muster the courage, to, present himself. And then I was like, well, I'm quicker because you're always the victim. And then they, blocked my contacts from like my nearby friends. Because, when Facebook is so annoying, they'll tell you like, they'll try to match you with someone. And it really gets to me. Like it honestly used to be something that I found to be very, like I took it as an insult. Now they removed that option. And because I'm like in my world, like it takes me a minute to understand in the world of appearances what meant who by what by whom. So by the time I figured 6 minutes later, I already had like another notice on YouTube saying that, once again, he was trying to set me up against the karmic, and she ran and she took the cake and everybody was like watching in dismay. The cops won't even sound the alarm anymore. I mean, everybody by now knows the antics. So now, they're trying to use these things against me at court to prove things that like, to have themselves be justified in their choices to stick me with the so-called masculine identity, to say that whatever. First of all, you have to remember, like, we are twin flames. We went through something extremely traumatic. I thought he was my everything. He was my world, my just one and only everything, very suddenly. And I trusted him with my all, especially in terms of my citizen, because he was the American army. So I trusted him with my life in terms of he's going to save me from terrorism and from every nightmare and from wars. He's a strong, beautiful, handsome American, strong, righteous guy from the army. I showed him the death threats. I felt safe. I felt mission was safe. All he said is, pay rent and I'll make sure you get your papers. And instead it was a setup. So this caused a deep rift in me, like to the extent you have no clue, to the extent where even if you all trust in God, I can tell you all how it is because it just happened once again. So again, I apologize. I, goddess, apologize. I, goddess, always promise you glory. The promise is the streets are paved with gold, but you can't have this. You cannot have a God that would even consider, does he open the door? And everybody in the neighborhood sees me. I go there, I play the gospel for hours, I play Arcturian tunes, I pray on my knees, I film videos, I sing, I do anything for him at the door. Never. But a horny goat, it runs, he opens it, and now he's fucked, and now what? Because he wants me to, go back down, which is great. But, how do you want me now to get from this all the way south? I'm going to have to walk to the nearest bus stop, take 2 buses, and with their magic and everything, you think they're not having enough now children down more tacos to put more spells in their fraud for Lucifer churches in Costa Rica. So by the time I'm there, higher chances are that the cops are going to come find me before he ever does. And then I'm going to be on lockdown for ages, and they're going to prove that I'm fucking insane and that she's self-righteous. And then even the priests at the Catholic Church, that'll be like, oh man, I'm telling you, I've already seen it all. So I ain't taking any more risks on my fucking life. And yes, I did use the F word. Oh, let's make a scene in Trudeau land because he can't knock at the door.